What up? Hit the like button as you walk in, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. Everybody gather around. Close some of these motherfucking windows. All right, let me know if the sound is good. The sound should be good. All right, I'm gonna let y'all pile in first. What's happening, Dre? Nah, I told him use the other link. To be honest, dude should have notifications on by now. Should have, should have notifications on by now, man. What's going on? It's really good with that. Shit crazy. Hey, Keena, what's going on? I'm gonna give people time to jump in here. Hey, Keena. See, this was the face behind the voice the whole time. When I was over there doing that, and y'all was talking about my voice, radio voice. Remember that? Well, this is that nigga behind the voice. How you doing? We gonna let the brothers pile up in here. I'm gonna let the brothers pile up in here. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. These the Timu muscles he was talking about. You know, these the Timu muscles. Remember he was talking about Timu muscles? Timu muscles. You see what's going on here? That's the Timu muscles right there. Okay? Remember those? Remember those Timu muscles? You see the definition right there? You see the arms? Yeah. That's the Timu muscles right there. Got those shits on Timu. And all you motherfuckers, go to Timu, get you some muscles. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the shit plugged in. I'm not hearing myself. Gotta make sure all this shit is on. Make sure media ain't on. I gotta make sure y'all able to hear this media. Okay, make sure all this we got 4 people up in here. 4 people. Shout out to 4 people. I gotta make sure. Let me see. What's up with my headphones? I can't hear me. Y'all can hear me, right? Test, testing. Yo, we gonna get into Yada. You familiar with Yada, Keena? The man who be giving y'all all them nice words. Yeah. Yeah, it's a wrap for him. You ain't gonna like him after this. You ain't gonna like him after this shit. Be like, yeah, baby. Don't be settling for them dudes that you know that don't value you. If he don't value you, sweetheart, find you another him. Tell that man to give you his whole check. Tell that man when he get home from work, wash the dishes, take out the trash. That Yada, right? The Yada that be massaging his wife's feet on camera. That Yada. Yada awakening. Yeah, baby. You know. Oh, 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 oh. Make him run in your bath, run your bath water. Scrub your back. We're going to start. Since you asked about Yada, that's where we're going to start. We're going to start right there. All right. Yada awakening. Woo! Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Shout out to my, Drake. Now, I had seen this before you hit me, but I like your link the best. Trying to pull it up. This thing ain't cooperating with me over here. Hold on. Yeah. Come on, man. This bullshit. Lucy, what's up? All right, now I got it. Caught the window. All right. Yeah. Now you good. You good, Keena. Woo. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here it come. Here it come, y'all. Y'all can count on me. Y'all can count on me. I tell you. Shout out to Dr. T. Hassan. His link is the first one I found. So I'm gonna go with his shit right here. Okay. Keena, you ain't gonna be able to look at this. Okay. I suggest you might want to take a peek at the screen just for a second. I'm gonna make it full screen so you can see this real quick. Just so you can see it real quick. Aja Yada ends nearly 8-year relationship with Minister Yadan Yada, alleges domestic violence 8 weeks postpartum. He was whooping her ass. Okay. Being her ass. Now, she made a video. About this. He was, bust that ass. I'ma bust that ass. I'ma bust that ass. I'ma bust that ass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My man is a woman beater. Ain't that what y'all call it? So look, I don't know the details of behind these ass whoopings, but let these motherfuckers tell it. no matter what. Should never hit a woman, no matter what. That's what they say. That's what they say. Word on the street is no matter what she do, no matter what she do, don't hit a woman. By the way, for all you working gentlemen, this is going to be a long one. I'm going to tell you now. You know what I'm saying? Grab a Snickers. We're going to be here. We're going to be here for a while. I got time today. So hold on. Let me pull them all up. Let me get this video. I need this video. Hold on. Go to my peoples. He was whipping ass, she said. That he was physically abusive for years. Years. Okay? Years. Whooping her ass. Right? Mr., do this and that for your wife, this and that. Y'all notice there's a pattern with these pandering motherfuckers, these guys that get on the internet and tell women what they want to hear. I'm still looking for this damn video. Every time these dudes jump on the internet and say these kind words, they tell the women anything they want to hear, and they get rich. They get rich lying to women. Lying to women. And they be the main dude. The main dude. The main dude. That be the dude they talking about. Hey, yo, somebody send me the link for this video to my Facebook. All of a sudden, I can't find this motherfucker. Damn it. Had everything ready. No, I can't knock the hustle. Said, what's up, all you yadas in the chat? What's up, Shaga? What's up, New? All you yadas in the chat. I got a few videos to play for y'all, but I want to play this one first. If I can find it. Somebody sent me this shit too. And all of a sudden, shit is missing. Hold on, got to be in here. You scroll up, scrolling on up. By the way, the gentlewomen that identified as women trying to get in the WNBA they've been turned out. Okay. We got it. We are good to go. We good to go. Okay. I'm gonna play this video. I want to know if y'all I'm make sure we got sound on it. Okay. All right. Now, black women, a black woman in attendance. I want y'all to give Mr. Yada Awakening the same energy y'all gave Chris Breezy when you see this. The same energy y'all gave Breezy over that Rihanna shit that y'all still ain't forgive him. A lot of chicks ain't forgive him. At least Hollywood. Black women probably forgave him. They taking pictures with him for $1,000. Shit still sold out. So I'm gonna full screen this. We gonna go to this video. Wait till you see this face. This face. My God. Hey, Keena, you gonna want to take a peek at this. I'm gonna pull it up. Let's go. Look at that shiner. Look at the shiner. Before I even play the video, I want the same energy for this dude that y'all gave Breezy. Don't y'all know that Derrick Jackson's fan base has grown since he got caught cheating on his wife? Grown. Grown. Derrick Jackson's fan base has grown ever since he got caught. These dudes that be online pandering, they too big to fail. Look at the shiner. Hold on. I don't think y'all can see this shit. I don't think you see it. I don't think you can see it. Is that big enough? Shaka said technically he only told her once though. Like, motherfucker, I ain't gonna tell you again. Yada Awakening is giving out black eyes. This is the woman that's supposed to be getting the queen treatment, right? The queen. Oh, she's a queen. Oh, she's your queen to be. Fuck the backstory. I don't give a fuck about the backstory. I'm on that don't hit a woman no matter what energy today. Fuck the backstory. I want to hear about the back slap. Fuck the backstory. I'm not giving niggas no benefit of the doubt, no excuses, no nothing. This is the panderer. Panda. He got bras in Atlanta. That nigga be back in Hendon. He got bras in Atlanta. That nigga be back in Hendon. That motherfucker got the Serena Williams backhand. Womp, womp, womp. Hey. Womp, womp, womp. Ba-da-da-da. Lord. Hey. Lord. Freddy's dead. Nigga. That's what I said. Let's play the video. Like my man Mediocre say, without further ado. Let me know about this sound. Make sure you can hear it. Press play, motherfucker. What the fuck going on, nigga? I'm gonna have to backhand this motherfucking shit in a minute. Okay, here we go. Hold on. I think I lost it. It's not online. It's on the screen no more. Hold on. Did I lose mine? Hold on. Yeah. We got. Oh, here we go. We got action. Let's go. Let's back it up. Y'all hearing that? Probably not. Let me know if the sound good on it. I don't see a level. No sound. Okay. Beat her up. It's terrible. It's terrible. Tito. Tito. Tito's in the building. Tito, the truth teller. Right click his name. Pull up his channel. Subscribe, niggas. Let me make sure. Hold on. Trying to get this sound on here. Hey, hey. Lord, Lord. Hey, Tito. They say that nigga Yada is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Talk about Yada. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Do. Superfly. I don't know. For some reason, this shit ain't. This shit is always some bullshit. Let me go into my audio capture. Go to my sound. Yo, I'm just saying, after this man should get no more love. I don't care about the backstory. They don't give nobody else benefit of the doubt. Nobody else gets benefit of the doubt. He ain't a special case. He's whooping ass. Okay, it says monitor off. Okay, let's see. Monitor enable. Let's see if it worked now. Ain't giving him no benefit of the doubt. Wrong shit. Let's go back here. It's your boy Orlando Anderson. Did y'all hear that? If y'all heard sound on that, then y'all hear sound. Divine Queen speaks. Where's the damn it? Okay, there go the play button. Let me know. Here we go. No sound. It's basically saying she tried everything. She tried everything, Yada. Hold on. Let me try this again. I just unchecked something. Let's try this one more time. Still ain't working. At some point, this video is gonna jump the damn say Yada blocking your sound with his fist. That's crazy. Y'all some crazy motherfuckers. Anyway, it's like Yada. I tried. I tried, Yada. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to move on without sound, but yo, ain't no excuse for this. I don't care what she did. I don't care what she did. Fuck him. I don't care. She spit in his food. I don't care. If he went through a phone and caught a nigga text message, I don't care what she did. Tito says she need to be taught defense and head movement. Yeah, she want bobbing and weaving. This nigga, terrible. You know what? Let's do it this way. Here we go. I'm gonna share it this way. I ain't even think about this shit here. Since this shit don't want to motherfucker cooperate, OBS doing some bullshit. We gonna play the video this way. Y'all definitely gonna hear it now. Let's go.
I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I'm hurt. I know I'll make it through. I've tried everything.
Y'all can hear this now?
Yada. Everything. I'm here getting the rest of my stuff.
Okay, y'all got sound and closed captioning. Okay, y'all heard that? Okay, we good now. I guess if it don't work the other way, we do it that way. But y'all heard her cries, man. Listen, I'm gonna need y'all to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all in here talking about she faking. Y'all doing the same shit y'all did when Umar got caught not supporting his child. Y'all defended Umar. Whose side y'all on? Yada side? Y'all niggas on Yada side? What the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas? Niggas talking about crocodile tears. Nah, that woman got beat. She's a victim. Fuck y'all talking about. This woman's a victim. Y'all don't see the pain? Y'all don't see the pain? Niggas talk about crocodile tears. That's a real black eye. That's a real black eye. You put hands on her. This man should be canceled. You know we don't tolerate no queen abuse around here. What's the matter with y'all? Believe the black woman. Believe her. Fuck is you talking about? Pack him up. Pack that nigga up. Fuck is you talking about? Y'all defending this motherfucker? Why? Y'all default setting is defending nigga. No, fuck him. Nah, man. Nah. Fuck all that shit right there. Fuck all that. Let me move on to the next thing. Yeah, listen. Motherfucker's a woman beater. Should be canceled. Should be out of here. No, fuck that nigga. Umar been shitting on y'all. Motherfucker's hopeless. Umar's been shitting on y'all niggas. As soon as the little girl come out and say, that nigga, my daddy, he ain't been supporting me. He ain't been coming to see me. Y'all went in on a little girl. This motherfucker shitting on y'all the whole time. I went from 10 watches to 2. Motherfuckers think I'm serious. Let me move on to the next shit. Say, what said, Marcus, you from Brooklyn, you need to call Buddy McGirt to train her. Train her to do what? Listen, man. Hold on. I got some other shit. I got some other shit to show y'all. Keena, don't be mad at me about for what I'm about to pull up. We come out of here. We're gonna be here for a while. I promise to make it good. We ain't even get to the real topics yet. The real topics. I got one more. I got another one. I got some other shit for y'all. I don't know how many of y'all saw this shit. This shit was crazy. I don't know how many of y'all saw this shit. Let me back this up. Hey, check this out. Got one more for y'all. Got some other shit. Peep this shit. Who saw this? Who saw this shit? Who saw this video? Y'all definitely gonna hear the sound. Who saw this? The teacher. Peep this out. I'm gonna play this. I watched this shit a million times. Check this out. You see her slap the shit out of him? She slapped the shit out the teacher. Let me see if I can bring that shit back. She slapped the teacher. Y'all seen that shit? That's right. Hold on, let's bring that back. Check this shit out. Watch this, y'all.
I'm shaking a little bit. I've been working this job for 20 years, and I've never had a student touch me ever. And I'm sorry to tell you that even though I've been working this job, I don't give a fuck about this job.
Uh-oh.
When you touch somebody like that, you get yours.
And when you got a motherfucker tell you, I've been working this job, but I don't give a fuck about this job, that's when you need to break yourself, fool. My man said, I've been working this job 20 years. Motherfucker ain't never put hands on me. But even though I've been here 20 years, I don't give a fuck about this job. When you hear that, I don't give a fuck about this job. My man took the asthma pump.
I'm shaking a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I've been working this job for 20 years, and I've never had a student touch me ever. And I'm sorry to tell you that even though I've been working this job, I don't give a fuck about this job. When you touch somebody like that, you get yours.
Ha! Oh my God! We're gonna watch that one more time. One more time. For those who missed it.
I'm shaking a little bit. I've been working this job for 20 years, and I've never had a student touch me ever. And I'm sorry to tell you that even though
Ha! You about to ha!
I don't give a fuck about this.
Woo-ha!
When you touch somebody,
Tell me my man don't look like Bokeem Woodbine. He about to give it a Woodbine. My man channel his inner Bokeem.
like that, you get yours.
Ah! Woo-ha! I got you all in check. Yo. My man said, I need that clip. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man. I'll put the link in the chat. I'm a charitable brother. Charitable. I shares my links. There you go. We're gonna come out of this. I just figured that'd be interesting. Another satisfying gender moment. Hell. My man put the hands. The hands. That was some hand shit. So, my homeboy, this motherfucker working the Tupac trial, right? My man working the Tupac trial out this motherfucker, man. I might have to pull up on that motherfucker, man. Get up in there, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, yo, we gonna move on, man. So I'm gonna put a poll up, right? I'm gonna put a poll up. There's been a poll. Yo, how many of y'all watch Power? How many of y'all watch Power? So Keena says, to people in the chat, please be careful how you assess a woman getting beat. That shit ain't cute or cool. It's devastating. Now, I don't know the situation behind Yada's situation. The situation in the classroom, she hit him first. You would have to agree that women should keep their hands to themselves too, because women know they can't beat men. They shouldn't do that. I don't think that because women are smaller, that gives them the entitlement or the license to smack niggas. If you just walked in, hit the like button. I see the numbers moving around. Okay. What's going on, Tyrone? That shouldn't give women the license to smack dudes. Women should not put hands on men. Men should not put hands on women. It might be. So let's see here. You know what? This is where we're gonna go. Let me see. Yada's wife knew that he was a woman beater and she should have gotten some boxing training. You terrible. I don't know if y'all know, but Karmelo Anthony's appeal was we're gonna pull something up behind that. So they shut him down. Yeah, Texas judge denied his appeal. Texas judge denied his appeal. So let's get into that real quick. Let's jump into that.
Sitting judge denied a new trial motion for Karmelo Anthony. Anthony was convicted of killing Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet and is serving a 35-year sentence. Fox 4 Stephen Dial in our newsroom to break down what happens next. Stephen.
After hearing that ruling over the weekend, some thought that this motion for new trial was the appeal, and that's not the case. The motion for new trial is almost an automatic action by defense attorneys. The appeal process will start soon and could take months for any real update. Last week, the trial judge was recused from the hearing for the motion for a new trial. A visiting judge was then appointed, and we heard testimony from lawyers on both sides of the case revealing the gentleman's agreement to.
Okay, now this makes sense. This was a motion for a new trial. It was not an appeal. I keep forgetting to show this. Random shit. Y'all see this shit here? This is Frontiersman Bear Attack Deterrent. This is bear pepper spray. Somebody gave this to me. This is bear spray. You ever in the forest and a bear pull up on your ass, I have this shit right here, and spray that motherfucker. Okay? It's bear spray. So for all you hoes that choose the bear, need to get you some of these, because bears, you know, they don't wait for consent, is all I got to say. Gotta have the bear spray. Okay? What's going on? Outspoken, I see you up in there. He said, I've sprayed a few bears before. Bear spray. For hoes to choose the bear. Okay? This is real shit. I didn't make this up. I didn't know this was a thing until somebody handed me this shit. Would you like some bear spray? There ain't no bears in the desert, but I took the shit anyway. All right, so this is a motion for a new trial. It's not an appeal. That's good news. That's good news. So they turned down his motion for a new trial because of the judge and all the other factors. They shot that down. They was going to give him a new judge. First, they was going to grant him a new judge. They're going to replace the judge, but now they just threw the whole thing out. So let's see what's going on.
Withhold damaging information about Austin Metcalf, who was killed, and Karmelo Anthony, who was convicted of murder. Despite the new information, the visiting judge, ruled the motion did not meet the grounds for a new trial. The judge had to make that decision quickly to meet the state's deadline before the end of the weekend. Now, the real appeal process begins, and the case will go through the Fifth Court of Appeals here in Dallas. I spoke to well-known appeals attorney Gary Udishin, who is not associated with this case.
Everything that happened in the motion for new trial will be part of the appeal. There'll be a transcript of the hearing on the motion for new trial that'll be included with the transcripts of the trial itself, and that will all go to the Court of Appeals. I'm sure the defense lawyers on appeal will be raising the same arguments to the Court of Appeals that they raised in the motion for new trial. And obviously, those arguments are going to be a key issue on this appeal.
Udishin told me that the appeal filing will come together pretty quickly, but we likely would not have a hearing on that appeal until sometime next year. After the weekend ruling, the Collin County District Attorney released a statement saying that every defendant has the right to appeal, and he offered thoughts and prayers to the Metcalf family. Anthony's legal team said that they will pursue every available legal avenue for their client.
Yep. So they shot down the motion. Now, I wouldn't have been. They shot down the motion for the new trial, which means he still has an appeal. He still has an open appeal, which that part of it is good news. I thought they really want this kid to sit for 35 years, though. Another Texas judge. They might have to, you shoot the appeal, and then they might have to keep going up and up and up. Supreme Courts and all that type shit. They're going to have to keep appealing to higher courts if they can even do all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they shot down this kid's retrial. That's what they shot down. So let's pull this up. I want to touch on this this Tupac shit for a minute. So let's go to, I'm gonna go to this other window here. I'm gonna pull up two things. So they had one guy get up here and he testified in the shit, the police dude. And then I still have yet to watch Mob James' whole testimony on the shit, because I want to assess whether he's on his snitch shit or not. So let's go here. We're gonna run with the TMZ version of this. So let me share this. Let me share this screen with you real quick.
A shocking testimony in the trial of Keefe D.
Shocking testimony. Please, we heard this shit already, but let's listen to it, and I'm gonna tell you why it's bullshit.
Some really alarming testimony, shocking testimony in the trial of Keefe D., the man accused of masterminding the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Masterminding, though. Anyway, let's keep going.
30 years ago. Because now Diddy's name has been mentioned. And we've heard this leading up to the trial, but now the testimony actually came from a former LAPD detective who testified to a conversation he had with Keefe D. Darren Dupree says that Keefe D told him that Diddy was the one who offered money for the execution of Tupac Shakur.
So we heard this back in 2008. This is not new, but the fact that it was introduced into the trial is really stunning. So right off the Sunset Strip, there was a famous deli where Keefe D and Diddy were apparently sitting, and that's when Diddy said, $1 million you get, kill Tupac.
So here is the testimony of Darren Dupree.
Sean Puffy Combs was supposed to have given money to Zip Martin to give to Mr. Davis for payment of the Tupac murder. Fast forward, we go to Mr. Davis. He says he can rekindle that relationship with Mr. Zip Martin and get him to talk about the money that was given from Sean Puffy Combs to Mr. Martin that never got to Mr. Davis.
You brought up the fact that Mr. Davis said basically Sean Puffy Combs solicited the murder of Suge and Tupac during the course of that conversation.
Yeah.
Did he tell you where that conversation occurred?
It's a deli called Greenblatt's, still there on Sunset in Hollywood in Los Angeles.
So it's actually not still there.
Not there, but
the thing I find really interesting about this is I think in a way this could work in Keefe D's favor because that money never exchanged hands.
Right.
And if it didn't change hands, then Keefe D could say, well, yeah, Tupac was killed, but it was probably Diddy who kind of planned it because when I
didn't go
he
to
went
me,
somewhere
he
else.
went to someone
He
else.
went to somebody else. So in a way, it alternate theory here where Keefe D could say, look, I was just bragging after that, because I wanted to make money. But Diddy came to me and said this. And if I wouldn't do it, he's going to go to somebody else with $1 million.
Nah.
I think it's a very logical interpretation. I think it's not the most obvious takeaway from it, but I think it's something there. You don't need the most
I guess
obvious.
what I'm saying is
reasonable doubt, I guess.
Right, but it was the prosecution that called him and not the defense. And I think it helps the defense.
Right.
At least I would argue that.
Oh, well, I would certainly argue it.
Except that
he didn't take the money.
He never got the money.
He never got the money.
Well, he did. He's going to say he didn't take the money.
Right.
And so if he didn't take the money, listen.
Terrible
to
defense.
address the fact that that Keefe D's nephew is the one who allegedly actually pulled the trigger.
Now that's a problem.
And Keefe D has said that he got at least this is what he has said in the book and in interviews, that he got the gun and gave it to Orlando.
But now he's saying that it was all BS and he was doing it to make money. By the way, Diddy strongly denies this happened.
Right. So even though that was the testimony that the detective said that Keefe D told him that, we are told by people close to Diddy, this is absurd. It never happened. No such conversation. No exchange of money. And by the way, they said also, if they're thinking about calling Diddy as a witness in this case, it will be very disappointing for them because he knows nothing about it.
Well, then all the more reason the defense is going to raise this as an alternate theory.
I completely agree. You don't have Diddy up there.
You don't have to worry about Diddy coming
up there to testify.
Boom.
Hi, it's Rachel from Detroit. And when it comes to this whole Diddy story, I feel like a lot of Pac fans always felt that he had something to do with it. At minimum, he...
Shut up. Let me tell you why this is stupid. Okay. I'm going to tell you why this is stupid. First of all, let's just go under the premise that Diddy said to somebody, yo, I'll give you $1 million if you kill this nigga. These dudes did not go to Vegas to do a hit. They went to Vegas because it was fight night. The only reason Pac gets shot is because he whooped Orlando Anderson's ass over a chain. There would have to be a great coincidence that the guys that you went out there to hit end up being the guy that beat your nephew ass in the casino. That happened. It's on video. We saw it. We saw Pac and Suge stomp out Orlando Anderson. The murder was revenge for that. Now, if 6 months prior to this, I mentioned in conversation, hey, I'm offering $1 million for y'all niggas to kill this nigga. But then you just happen to be in Vegas on a fight night, and you just happen to see Pac, and he just happens to whoop your nephew's ass, so you just happen to shoot him for that reason, then nigga, you're not there on my orders. I don't think so. Let me tell you something, yo. Let me tell you something. Him trying to holler at Von Zip to get Von Zip to redo that conversation that they had was a fail. If they wanted Diddy, look, let me tell you something. They've always wanted Diddy. If these motherfuckers had anything on Diddy on this situation, they would have got him by now. So Levin, who he's a lawyer, but he does TMZ now, he must not have been that fucking great. He says, well, his defense would have been, oh, he never got the money. Well, if I'm the defense for Diddy, that's my defense. Motherfucker, nobody paid you. Nobody paid you. So let me get this straight. And I want y'all to follow me with this, right? Let me tell you why this is stupid. How the fuck, right? You know, this is me, you know, my not knowing shit about the law ass, right? How you got a dude on who's fighting a murder case, whose whole defense, his whole defense is, I was lying about my involvement in this because I was trying to get paid to do interviews. His whole defense is he's a liar. My cross would be, oh, so you're a liar. You lie about shit. You're a liar. That's what you do. You lie. So why should we believe you about all this other shit? You pulling Diddy out your ass to get out of trouble. So you've been telling this lie since the 90s in great detail. I was in this seat. He was in this seat. This dude was in this seat. And this dude was in this seat. And this dude wouldn't do the shooting. So he passed the gun to my nephew. And my nephew reached over him like that. And yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Interview, book. That's the lie. But the truth is that Diddy hired you. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that? Then there's the DJ Vlad theory that Von Zip sent these niggas a gun to do the murder with. From New York. Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that a gun was mailed or transported across the country from the East Coast to the West Coast? You can get pulled over, or if you ship it, your shit can get stopped in transit. A gun is supposed to be untraceable. They probably scratched off the serials, all of this shit. They sent the gun to the West Coast to some gangbangers who are a 4-hour drive from the city that they plan to hit this dude at, under the premise that this is why they came to Vegas. Vlad is like, well, you know, gun laws are really strict in Cali. Gangbangers don't give a fuck about Cali gun laws. You think these niggas ain't got their own guns in Cali? You think it's easier to ship a gun from New York to California or from New York to Vegas than it is to drive from LA to here? I've done it many times. It's easy. You're driving through the desert. It's easy to drive from LA to Vegas. It's like going from New York to Baltimore. Easy. And the chances that you'll be pulled over driving from LA to Vegas is 0 to none. 0 to none. So this man who's been telling this story all these years because he wasn't the trigger man, because the trigger man's dead, because everybody knows that Orlando Anderson is the guy, allegedly. Allegedly. That's the narrative. Baby Lane. So I could tell my story because I was there, because I didn't do it. But you was there. You was there. The nigga said, I passed the gun to him, and then he shot. You passed it. That's it right there. I passed the gun. I was there, I had the gun, and I passed it to him. Nigga, you done after that. You done. So I'm not supposed to believe that story. That's bullshit. So you can go on Vlad and Art of Dialogue and all these other places. I'm not supposed to believe that. I'm supposed to believe the other cockamamie shit. That a nigga from New York who you said paid you for security, mind you, Keefe D was also, from what I understand, at the event with Diddy when Biggie got shot. Now, if you're paying Crips for security, then them niggas is terrible security. The whole reason you hiring these guys is so that your man don't get shot, and your man gets shot. I'm under the impression that them niggas wasn't security that night. Definitely not. Because what did they do? At the point that Biggie gets shot, what did the dudes, what did the Crips do? They security, right? You know who was there? Gene fucking Deal, NYPD. If Crips are your security, why you got NYPD? Security. Gene Deal was at the Biggie situation. Why do you, after that, have Crip security? And if that's the case, then what good is that? Because your man got shot. What did the Crips do in retaliation to the shooting? It's terrible. Y'all worst security in the world, Craig. I'm just saying, what's more likely to be the truth? More likely than not. It's more likely than not, y'all niggas drove to Vegas. Homie had the chain on. Got stomped out. And he couldn't go home with that on his name. So we got to circle the block on these niggas. And now to get himself out the murder rap, he's mentioning Diddy. Even if Diddy did say that, he's saying, well, I never got the money. Well, that means there was no contract. This is the 90s. You ain't got a phone call. You ain't got phone records. You ain't got video. You have nothing. We have nothing but your word. And your word ain't shit because your whole defense is you're a liar. That's your whole defense to get out this murder beef. That you lied. You lied about being there. You lied about passing the gun. You lied. So if you lied to get money, why didn't you tell the truth? Why not tell a real story? From Jump Street. Because you couldn't snitch on Puff, right? You couldn't snitch. You snitching now. If that's the case. Speaking of snitches, we're going to get into Durk in a few. But what's more likely to be the truth? So Keefe D's defense is his lawyer saying, well, you ain't got video of me. There's no proof of me in Vegas. That's part of his defense. His lawyer saying, you don't have proof that I was in Vegas to say, yo, here's the gun, pass that to me. If you're not in Vegas, that also kills your hitman theory. So if your defense is, yo, you ain't got video, you ain't got this, you ain't got a travel log, you got nothing to put me in on the murder scene. Well, then, nigga, how was you hired for murder? This is Counselor Marcus's prosecution. If I'm Diddy's defense attorney, this is what I say. Your whole defense is you're a liar. So why should we believe you? But somebody passed me a box of crayons. I'm asking y'all, what's more likely to be the truth? That shit don't make sense to me. Who it makes sense to? And Levin is saying that will be his defense. You're trash if you go in with that defense. That's bad defense. I don't know what lawyer or prosecutor you expecting to come up with that. If he didn't get paid, that means also my client didn't give you no money. So you're exonerating him and him at the same time. Let's move on to the next shit. But that's some dumbass shit. Your whole defense is you a liar. Yo. But I wouldn't run with that. So just a poll. It's been floating around the internet, and I'm gonna put the poll in the chat. I'm gonna put the poll in the chat. I wanted to do this on the other stream, but I didn't get to. So there's been since Razor Canaan has ended. There's been a poll going around. And I'm gonna put the poll in the chat. I don't know how many of y'all watch this show to even know the difference. So Snoop from The Wire versus Jukebox from Power. Who you getting to ride with you? Snoop or Juke? I know my vote. I already know my vote. Snoop from The Wire versus Jukebox from Power. Don't be shy now. No. We ain't putting that fee in shit. These two. We're going with the studs. It's the battle of the studs right here. Snoop or Juke? Those are your choices. Tasha? What? No, Rod, we out here with the drama. You want Tasha in the drama? Snoop or Juke? Got one vote for Snoop. One vote for Snoop. Let me pull up my next topic here. We're going to leave that poll open. One vote for Snoop. Snoop is in the lead right now. Who saw the verses? Joe versus Donnell. Joe versus Donnell Jones. We're going to spend all of 5 seconds talking about that. Uh-oh, Juke got a vote. So now it's neck and neck. Snoop versus Juke, neck and neck. So let's go to this Durk shit. Your man Durk is putting it all on his man now. Let's see what that be about. Hold on. Said Durk, DJ academics react to Lil Durk's trial officially starting in the 35 plus people snitching on him. Was Durk is snitching himself now. So let's go. Let's see. Let's pull this up. So my man is on trial for murder for hire. This nigga's finished. But anyway, let's pull this up. Let's see what this be about real quick.
Charging him with to flee to Italy before. And according to an affidavit by FBI agent Sarah Corcoran, the Chicago rapper was attempting to flee to Italy before his arrest. All international flight bookings made on Durk's behalf would raise suspicions that Durk was planning to evade capture, and the feds would immediately swoop in, and then the music would finally stop. As 2 days after his 5 friends were arrested, before Durk could board that private flight to Italy, federal agents would intercept him.
I don't know why he would fly to Italy. Can't you be extradited from Italy? Hey, Creighton, I'm surprised you watch Power. Creighton 3. Shout out to you.
Broward County, Florida on October the 25th. U.S. Marshals would apprehend him, charging him with conspiracy for allegedly arranging that hit on fellow rapper Quando Rondo. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California would announce the arrest of Lil Durk on charges of conspiracy to use interstate facilities in a murder-for-hire plot that resulted in a fatality.
Yeah, why would you go to Italy? Man, you're supposed to go to where Russell is at. All right, Snoop is ahead with 67% over Juke.
I want to begin now.
I'm going to assume that y'all don't watch Power if Snoop is winning.
Breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a murder for hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Durk Bank, and he is from Chicago. This is his mugshot from Florida.
Motherfucker, real name is Durk.
Where he was arrested last night and is being held without bond. This comes only hours after 5 people associated with his music business were also accused and taking part in that murder for hire plot. Now, the plot targeted rapper Quando Rondo's cousin, who was killed in 2022. Investigators believe it was retaliation for the earlier murder of Chicago rapper King Von.
Local rapper and Grammy winner Lil Durk is being held behind bars in South Florida, charged in a murder for hire plot back in 2022.
The FBI says he was arrested while trying to flee the country.
Now, this we know already, so we're gonna skip ahead. We're gonna skip on ahead.
Investigators.
We don't need a full recap of the whole shit. We're gonna skip ahead. I want to get to this part where he
in its dominance in the Chicago and broader music scene. The indictment alleges in black and white that Durk placed a bounty on Quando Rondo, promising financial rewards and lucrative opportunities within OTF to.
So he got old boy taken out of here.
The murder incredibly advised his shooters not to book no flights under no names involved with him. A tragic exchange suggesting that he was actively trying to cover his tracks and that his shooters had been incredibly cheap and reckless. And soon, Durk's situation would surpass Diddy's as the most trending topic in the rap media. Not only that, but those close to him would begin to find themselves under the
All right, right now, Snoop is ahead, 75% over 25% for Juke.
Magnifying glass too.
These
In
four
the
people
aftermath of
voted.
Durk's arrest,
3
eyebrows
people
began
for
to raise
Snoop, 1
about his
person
ability to potentially
Juke.
influence
It
the
was
justice system and politics, with questions being asked about whether the mayor of Chicago would be giving back a $150K donation. But most importantly, all eyes would be on those in the indictment, both named and unnamed, as people would begin to uncover the dark, violent backstories of the perpetrators. California seems to have been Vonnie. King Von being Vonnie is a key figure in OTS inner circle for years, with his loyalty and presence.
So it would seem as though he is snitching on his man, Vonnie.
Around Lil Durk and King Von being well documented. Vonnie is also King Von's cousin and played a significant role in Lil Durk's operations as his business manager. Back in July 2019, Vonnie would be spotted with Durk and Von at the iconic Icebox jewelry store.
Can I get an OTF chain, man?
The way things are looking this week,
Yeah. Woo!
not gonna happen.
A1, right? A1, right? A1, right?
And by early 2020, he would once again be seen accompanying King Von as Von worked on designing and purchasing custom O-block chains that many believe were actually given out as trophies to celebrate the successful murder plot on FBG Duck.
Slim or just one?
Yeah,
right.
And I like the, you see how the leaves are? I like it kind of like graffiti style. Just like, check this out. That's it. Like the O, like a, oh no, like longer stuff.
All right, so
well, I can text this back to you.
We already know Von is out of here.
3 1/4 and 2 1/4.
We got a dude named Von and another dude named Vonnie.
2 3/4.
That's there's a pattern here. So at any rate, and this is a 32-minute video. We're gonna skip ahead. I want to get to the point where, you know, we're talking about motherfuckers snitching. You know, they like to make these videos long. But at any rate, what I've read is your man is trying to put everything on his boy. The kid Vonnie. He's trying to put everything on his man. And this brings me to this whole rant I was gonna have pretty much. Is this street shit is a myth, man? This street shit is a myth. Y'all know every time these dudes get caught up in some shit, somebody tell it. Somebody tell it. It ain't that many situations where you had nobody telling. Where nobody told. You hardly see that. So let's go to I want to read an article on this. So Durk trial opens, defense claims rapper unfairly offered his big fish by co-defendant. So let's pull this up. This is on Rolling Stone. Lil Durk trial opens. Defense claims rapper being unfairly offered his big fish, right? Mr. Banks had nothing to do with it. He was not there. Rapper's defense lawyer said in her opening statement. Of course, he wasn't there. He's a murder for hire. You ain't at the job, nigga. Of course. All right. Durk's long-awaited criminal trial began Monday with prosecutors portraying the Grammy-winning rapper as the architect of a revenge plot while his lawyers cast him as an innocent man being falsely served up as the big fish by a desperate co-defendant, Anglo. Mind you, check this out. These little niggas stay on fucking Twitter talking about all the wild shit they do. Defense table as lawyer Marissa Goldberg said Kavon Grant. Get this Zook shit out the way. By the way, see this ad? Yeah, we got these shits in Vegas, man. These self-driven cars, man. If you ain't never seen one of them before, we got a lot of self-driven cars out here. Anyway, Marissa Goldberg said Kavon Grant was initially identified by authorities as the one in charge of the deadly shooting. She said that when authorities busted down Grant's door in October 2024 to arrest him, he realized his only way out of jail was to minimize his own involvement and give them someone bigger. So why are you running then? They were pressing him about a big fish, and he thought, oh man, I've got an insurance policy. Goldberg told jurors on Monday, she said Grant worked for Banks at his music management company, Astronaut Sounds, had access to a company credit card and told investigators that he had booked travel for the group of alleged hitmen at Banks' direction. Goldberg said the account was false. Okay, right now Snoop has 67 over Juke's 30. Somebody voted for Juke. The Banks had nothing to do with it. He was not there. He had nothing to do with it. She told the jury in the federal courthouse in downtown Los Angeles, she said Grant is known as OTF Vonnie, was the one who organized the deadly ambush at the center of the trial for his own personal reasons. He was the one who bought the shooters their black ski masks at REI, booked the plane tickets and hotel accommodations, and procured the vehicles. Banks, 33, is not guilty to 5 charges, including conspiracy, stalking resulting in death, and murder for hire. Federal prosecutors allege he used coded language to dispatch a group of men to Los Angeles to carry out an execution-style hit in broad daylight on August 19th. So that means that the feds are saying this. They probably got a wire. Coded language. That means they got him on tape. You saying you ain't had nothing to do with it? Said the intended target, Taekwon Terrell Bowman, a rival performer known as Quando Rondo. They allege Banks wanted retribution. A member of Bowman's entourage carried out the 2020 shooting death of Banks' close friend and protege, King Von, born Davon Bennett. Sounds like motive. Why would the other guy want this guy dead? Anyway. The alleged hitman stalked Bowman in Los Angeles. An ambush gas station at the Beverly Center shopping mall, firing at least 18 rounds from multiple guns and a machine gun. Damn. They shot him in Cali with a machine gun. Bowman's cousin, I don't know, I ain't pronouncing that. Sevilla, known as Lil Pab, was struck and killed as he stood outside of Bowman's 2018 Cadillac Escalade at the mobile station. Goldberg said Monday that Grant had the deepest personal motive, noting that his and King Von's father went back decades, making their sons extraordinarily tight. Grant personally managed King Von in Atlanta and was the one who frantically rushed him to the hospital as the rapper was bleeding out in the backseat after the 2020 shooting. Goldberg said Grant was traumatized when the beloved performer died and was left floundering in the aftermath. I want to know what the other kid's motive is. So right now, Snoop is ahead with 57%, and Juke is behind with 43%. Juke is catching up. He was the one consumed by the urge to strike back, she argued, whereas Banks channeled his anger and frustration into his artwork instead. Okay. This is about revenge stalking and premeditated murder. The attorney said in his dueling opening on Monday, he told jurors that Grant has already pleaded guilty in the case and would testify against Banks. He said the 2 other alleged co-conspirators also took plea deals and cooperating, identifying the men as Casey OTF Jam, Hester, and Keith Jones, identified as one of the shooters outside the Beverly Center. What's going on, Kobe? So now it's 62-38. Weiner showed jurors surveillance video of the brazen daylight shooting. Crazy. And at one point, put a blue tie to car. Mind you, I've been to the Beverly Center. That's a crazy place to shoot somebody. I've been there before. I don't know who's here from California or who's been to Cali, but I've been to the Beverly Center. That's crazy to shoot somebody there. That shit is like high traffic, yo. At any rate, he said that Banks and two co-defendants, his two co-defendants at the trial, DeAndre Wilson and David Lindsay, separately traveled to Los Angeles along with two other men in the shooting to hunt and kill Quando Rondo, fatally striking Robertson instead. He claimed Banks was calling the shots. Both the wealthy leader of his record label, Only the Family, a subgroup of OTF, and was involved with criminality. Basically, these are two co-defendants telling on each other. Both of these niggas going to jail. Both these niggas going to jail. They both going to jail. Fuck. Niggas some man. Said Kobe says, I've been there and it's not an ideal place to do something like that. No, it's not. I've been in the Beverly Center. That shit high profile. That shit high profile. Think of the most busy mall in your city. That's the Beverly. There's a lot of people in there. I mean, I ain't going to say it's the most busy mall in Cali, but it's pretty busy. It's pretty busy. It's not a place you shoot somebody. Now with no machine gun? And they wanted to get away? Machine gun? That's crazy, man. At the Beverly Center. I thought this shit happened in Chicago. They shot a nigga at the Beverly Center. Just like they shot at, yo, these niggas crazy. They shot at Dolph on Hollywood and Highland. Hollywood and Highland. Now, mind you, Beverly Center is pretty high key. But it ain't as high key as Hollywood and Highland. Who been to Hollywood and Highland? We talking about where the fucking stars are on the ground. We talking about the Walk of Fame, Hollywood Walk of Fame, Hollywood and Highland. We talking about the Chinese Theater right there. This shit is crazy. Yo, bro, trust me. Hey, I'm out there all the time. I was supposed to be there today. Y'all lucky. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to stay here. Do this stream. Hollywood and fucking Highland, y'all. That shit is crazy. You know, there's a big mall on the corner. Kobe, you know what I'm talking about. There's a mall on the corner. You go up to the little escalators and steps and chill and drink your coffee and kick it with your Hasidity bitches. There's a mall right there. They got Zara. I think there might, is there a Polo Ralph Lauren? There's some stores right there. That shit might as well be Times Square of Cali. Hollywood and fucking Highland in the daytime. They 100 shots. 100 shots. Snoop is up by 67. Juke is behind 33%. Got 9 votes. You gotta not give a fuck. to shoot at a nigga 100 times until his bulletproof, whatever the fuck he was driving that day, bulletproof shit. On Hollywood and Highland. Tyrone, you from LA? Yo, imagine shooting at somebody like on Rodeo. That shit'd be crazy. Hollywood and fucking Highland. Oh, you from? Oh, okay. You from Louisiana. There's two chicks, Wheezy and Anna. Oh, no, ya. Oh shit. Oh shit. I used to, yo, look, I know a Noya accent. As soon as I used to fuck with this chick from Noya. Bad chick too. Fuck around and know who this chick is. Anyway. That's some high profile shit, man. We gonna get into this Snoop thing, right? So now I'm a vote in this poll. I'm a vote. Where the voting? Where the voting? I don't get the vote. Let me see. I don't want in the poll yet. Let me tell you who I'm gonna vote for. I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna vote for. I can't even click it. It won't let me click it. Why I can't vote? I can't vote. So my vote is for Juke over Snoop. So do you think Jock from Top Boy can handle Juke? Nope. Nope. No. Let me tell you the pros and cons of each one of these females. Snoop, let's talk about Snoop. Snoop is a shooter. She could shoot her ass off. We've seen it. If you're a fan of The Wire, you've seen Snoop shoot the shit out them bottles when they was doing that target practice. Her aim correct. Y'all seen on the back of that bike. Pull by, shoot up the whole corner. Y'all seen it. But Snoop is a goofball. Let me tell you why. And I'll tell you another thing. Without Chris, Snoop ain't shit. Her whole value is that she can shoot. She's a shooter. Other than that, without Chris, Snoop ain't shit. Without Chris, Snoop is food. She got heart, but she's food without Chris. And let me tell you why. You get murked by the kid you trained. She wasn't even smart enough to set up the young boy. Who the fuck tells a nigga don't bring your gun? You told this little nigga don't bring his gun. Hey, yo, don't bring your gun, you know what I'm saying? We got guns, we got straps for you. Don't even bring it, strap. Don't even bring it. That nigga came out, sat in the cab, watched that bitch early. On some Omar shit. How you gonna tell this nigga not to bring his heat? You were not supposed to say that. Especially when that nigga been asking questions the whole time. And for people who say, well, you know, Snoop, you know, she's down, She don't ask no questions. Yeah, she did. She's asked Chris a few things that ain't make sense to her. But Snoop is a goofball. She's a dummy. Now, let's talk about Jukebox. Jukebox is not to be fucked with. Jukebox. Jukebox, I put Jukebox over Kanan. Kanan wasn't even fucking with Jukebox. Ghost, terrified of Jukebox. Jukebox is damn near the equivalent of Chris. Jukebox is Kanan's big cousin. Let's keep it in perspective. His older cousin. When this Power Origin shit come out, we gonna see what had these niggas shook. Jukebox wasn't scared of the OGs from Rip. She wasn't scared of the OGs. It's like, fuck the OGs. Early. She ain't give a fuck about the OGs. She ain't give a fuck about Unique and his brother. She ain't give a fuck about none of that. She ain't give a fuck about the police. She ain't give a fuck about none of these people scared Juke. And IQ-wise, Snoop is miles behind Jukebox. Miles. Methodical, cunning, strategic, all that shit. Core snaps and pop in the park. Sad for the motherfuckers on the prowl. Snoop ain't even know she was being watched. It's not even equal. It's not even close. It's not even close. Jukebox was killing the bosses. The most dangerous motherfuckers. Told Kanan to his face, I killed your moms. And if you want a piece, come at me, bro. Now, I know niggas got love for Snoop because love for The Wire. And it's nostalgic. And people don't really, I know there's a lot of people don't really fuck with Power, but nah, Jukebox is a serious thing. So you talking about Effie's and motherfucking Tasha's? No, they get murked too. Effie or Tasha would not last 2 seconds with either one of these chicks, but definitely not Jukebox. Tasha's even shook. Or did she even know Jukebox? I don't even remember. But this shit got niggas shook. In The Wire, they were scared of Chris, not Snoop. They weren't scared of Snoop. What's his name? Weebay's son. When they wanted to drag Mike off, he said, yo, I go to school with your sister. He said that to Snoop. He said that to Snoop. Who remembers this episode? He said to Snoop, I go to school with your little sister. In other words, if anything happened to my man, I go to school with your little sister. Wasn't scared of him. Her. Dude wasn't scared of her. He put it out there. These are the details. Snoop was goofy. I'm sorry to tell you. She was goofy. But her aim was impeccable. Her trigger game was impeccable. But outside of that, she was a goofy. Now, Chris and Weebay, if I had to take a pick between them two, it's Chris all day. It's Chris all day. Chris and Weebay, okay, but the real matchup is Chris versus Muzone. Let me tell you, between Chris and Muzone, I'm gonna tell you. And I said this on one of the Wire. They had a comment section. Let me tell you the pros and cons. Chris versus Muzone. Okay. Chris slipped, fucking homie up for Mike. He let his feelings get in the way. Muzone, however, got shot, held his own, came back. If I'm to choose between these two guys, I'm going Muzone. The reason why I say that is because Chris, super effective. Chris will sweet talk you into an empty building. The reason why Muzone doesn't beat Chris for effectiveness because he got hit. But he's the most professional nigga on the wire. Chris is the most effective. Muzone is the most professional. The reason why Chris loses on the professional aspect is because he could relate to Mike's situation. He put DNA on a body. He had to do life for that. That makes Muzone more professional. He never let his feelings get in the way, even to the point of getting shot. He held it down. He held himself down. He maintained his shit. But Chris is more effective because you can get Chris. Chris never slipped. Muzone slipped. Chris never slipped. The whole show, the whole series, never caught him slipping. Not on the streets. So they're both, again, those are the two guys. And they both have their weak and strong point. Right? It's hard to choose between them two. But Muzone, the most professional, and Chris is the most effective. You know what I'm saying? So, at any rate, moving right along, covered the Pac trial, Snoop versus Juke. So, yeah, Snoop, Juke loses, public opinion, but that's because most of y'all niggas don't watch Power. If you watch Power, you probably change your mind. One more thing I want to talk about, and then we out of here. This situation where, women are pretty much killing it. The woman that killed the kids, the postpartum situation. Right? Keen, I don't know if you're still here. But let me try to pull this up. So the woman who killed her kids. So let's pull this up. I'm gonna pull this up. Let's read this. You said Chris over Sully? Woo! That's a hard one. I don't know, man. I don't know. Possibly. I don't know. We gotta discuss that. So let's talk about this, right? So Lindsay Clancy killed her children. The jury will soon answer a more complicated question. Clancy's defense argues she shouldn't be held criminally responsible because she was mentally ill with postpartum psychosis. Right? Let's scroll. Let's scroll. Let's get into this. I might have to go to another article. These motherfuckers want you to pay. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. Let me drop this down. And I want to talk about, I'm bringing this up because I want to talk about something larger with this. And it goes right into what Outspoken is speaking on. Right? So she's basically using, her defense is postpartum. Postpartum. So what's her name? Lindsay Clancy. So let's type in Lindsay Clancy. And she got a GoFundMe. So let's see. Lindsay Clancy, trial psychologist, says she doubts claim. What's it? So they kids wouldn't suffer. Huh? What? Nigga, what? Man, let me bring up this video. So defense argues for mistrial in the murder trial. Let's play this, man. Let's go right into here. Dre says, y'all crazy for voting for Snoop over Juke. Did you forget Juke has military and police training? Right, that's right. She did go to the military. And this is before, all the rest of that shit happened. Yeah. Well, a lot of these dudes don't watch the show, bro. A lot of them don't watch the show. They don't know about that. They don't fuck with it. Everybody fucks with The Wire.
After the after the following sidebar conference, I think the defendant made a motion. I'm going to allow argument in regards to the motion. I'll hear first from the defendant, and then I will hear from the Commonwealth. Mr. Reddington.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, this has been obviously a long trial and a lot of work on the part of everybody involved, from the court to the staff to the prosecutors to myself, and needless to say, the strain on Lindsay Clancy. I have to move for a mistrial reluctantly. The reason is that this is intentional misconduct on the part of the prosecution. You know that this whole idea of injecting Roman Catholic faith, the concept of mortal sin, into this trial occurred, I don't even remember now, about a week ago. And I objected, but before I could get the objection out, Your Honor had us at the sidebar at the same time, and very forcefully, in my opinion, indicated to the jurors that they should not consider that to any degree. At the time, I put on record the fact that I did not feel that I felt that the court's instructions were sufficient. They were forceful. They were right on point. And we moved forward without a motion for a mistrial. I made a tactical decision. But unfortunately, at this point, it's a concern I have because this is just over the top. It's the same thing again, talking about religion, talking about heaven, talking about killing people and the impact of the effect that it would have on Lindsay as well as her children. The fact that this is not the first time that it occurred during the trial, and the prosecution has previously brought up the concept of mortal sin.
All right, so they basically saying, hey, well, we want a mistrial because somebody brought up religion or some stupid shit like that. Listen, man. The whole defense, this defense is, okay, postpartum. Now, we all watched, what's his name? Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock on TV. Because, I guess he felt you hurt my wife's feelings. We hear black women say, protect black women, and a lot of times it ain't even about their physical protection. They mean their feelings. I am of the belief, and I've been of the belief, shout out to Jay Shabazz, I see you. I've been of the belief. What is this? Closing arguments. So what's the deal with people defending Lindsay Clancy? I know she allegedly killed her 3 kids, but was there some mental problems? Then something with her husband? Listen, man. Yeah, they denied the mistrial. Fuck out of here. We're going to pull something up. But there's this idea that women's feelings. What's going on, TC? There's this idea that women's feelings like are worth like people's lives and well-being and health. It's my belief that, this is what I was going to say before, it's my belief that grown women get more protection than children in America. Grown women who are adults and can make decisions get more protection than children who are not grown and cannot make decisions. Children who are relying on the adults to protect them. Helpless children. We protect grown women more than we protect children. We don't protect children from the women we're protecting. Let me tell you why that is. Let me tell you why that is. I would ask, can anybody guess why that is? I know why it is. It's easy. We protect grown women more than we protect children for one reason and one reason only. That reason is because kids can't vote. Because kids can't vote. Kids can't vote. And women are the biggest voting group in America. That's why a woman has to be blind, crippled, and crazy to lose custody. Let's pull this up. So before killing her kids, Lindsay Clancy searched about hallucinations, psychosis, and ways to die. Let me tell you something, yo. If any of you did what she did, they would not be looking for reasons why. They wouldn't be trying to understand your actions or your mental state. They wouldn't give a fuck about that. They'd say, you killed your children. That's it. You're done. The world would agree. And you'd be in jail. So Lindsay Clancy searched online about hallucinations, psychosis, and side effects of several drugs she was prescribed to in the weeks before she strangled her 3 young children in 2023, according to an analysis of her phone data presented at Thursday's murder trial in Massachusetts. Clancy looked up suicide methods, bipolar disorder, and insomnia at the end of December 2022. And in January, went in search of information on postpartum depression. She also wrote a detailed note expressing doubts about her parenting choices, second guess guessing her decision to stop breastfeeding her 8-month-old and reconsidering plans for a fourth child. The defense says she was in the grip of bipolar disorder and postpartum psychosis, a rare condition which that can alter a woman's sense of reality. After childbirth, a forensic psychiatrist diagnosed Clancy with those conditions following the killings. If this is true, why wasn't she deemed unfit? Why? Because we protect women's right to custody and to own the children. In America, we do anything we can lawfully, legally, to guarantee that these kids stay with the mother and that the pops can't get them. Do fathers get custody? Of course. Very difficult to do. In America. In America. White men put the shit in law because this is the voting block. You want to get into office and you want to stay in office. So you want the women to vote for you again and again and again. It's not just about simping or you see women. I'm not going to say that's not part of it, but also these are politicians. They want to remain in office. So they do what the voting bloc wants them to do. It's business. You're outnumbered. They vote. The defense says she was in the grip of bipolar disorder and postpartum psychosis, a rare condition. Why they didn't take the kids away? I'm terrified of something happening to my kids or doing something wrong to mess up their development. And you know, when this type of shit happens, you know, the first question they asked was, where was the father? That's the first shit they asked. Where was daddy? Daddy was incapacitated by the legal system because we prioritize maternal custody in America. Because we got to put the women before the children. The same way they fight for gun rights, even though the schools get shot up, is the same way this ain't going to change shit. Text messages with her then husband, Patrick Clancy, showed them juggling the routines of parenthood. Massachusetts State Police cell phone forensics expert read aloud text between them from the day of the killings. They checked in on each other, and Lindsay Clancy expressed relief that one of their children's kidneys were okay. There were also photos of the children. You're a good mama, Patrick Clancy texted, prompting Lindsay Clancy to respond with a heart and smile emoji. Clancy's attorneys do not dispute that she killed the children, but they say the jury should not hold her criminally responsible because she was mentally ill, believing she heard voices ordering her to take their lives and her own. Well, why is she still here? She ain't listen to her. She ain't listen to that voice. So prosecutors argue that she was an intentional killer who contrived to get her husband out of the house by sending him takeout into the pharmacy, then strangled the children with exercise bands. Prosecutor has urged jurors not to view the trial as a public debate about women's health and how the medical system treats women. You know they're blaming the husband for this shit? They're saying it's his fault. They're blaming the husband. When is the shit not a man's fault ever? If she was diagnosed with all this shit, why, husband, so she was married. They lived together. He didn't know his wife was crazy? She's being diagnosed with shit. That nigga lucky he ain't get killed. But they're going to make this into some woman shit. She killed her. Sidebar, the white woman that killed the black guy, I'm sure y'all saw that. She got 6 months. Or 6 years, I think it is. 6 years. 6 years for a murder. Of a guy she was in a relationship with. Karmelo Anthony gets 35 years for killing a guy he never met. Who attacked him. They get this woman 6 years. Killing her boyfriend. Let me ask you this. Where do we draw the line at giving credence to your feelings excusing whatever it is that you do? So 6 years with time served. 4 credited for time served. So they gave her 10 years. 10 years, 4 credited for time served, 6 years left. Is that correct? Is that correct? For killing, it's 2 years. Oh, damn. So she got, she got 2 more years to do. That's crazy. That's crazy. When do we get to the point where, because that's the sexism nobody fights. Nobody says, hey, look, there's a punitive gap. We talk about wage gaps. We talk about all that shit. Nobody talks about the gap in sentencing. Nobody talks about the gap in sentencing. You want to catch somebody in some shit, this is what you do. You walk up to a chick, you say, do you believe that it's right to have a difference in sentencing based on race? Do you believe that it's right that certain people of a certain race get harsher sentences than people of another race? They're going to say, no, I don't think that's right. Okay. Why you don't think that's right? Because it's not fair. Should be equal. That's when you hit them with, okay, let me ask you another question. Do you think it's right that people get more time or less time based on gender? That's when the car gonna crash. That's when the car gonna crash. There isn't a situation in recent history I can remember where a girl got caught doing something or lying about something or some shit like this, where I didn't have people advocating, not just women, neither, advocating that the woman get the light sentence or that people should understand what she was going through. Nobody ever asked a nigga what he going through. They don't give a fuck what a nigga was going through. That shit could be in your face. Nobody's going to say, yo, we understand this motherfucker was going through some shit. He was trying this and that. Nobody. If the theater gets shot up or the concert gets shot up or the marathon get bombed, first thing they say is, well, what was he going through? We think he was mentally ill. Do not disturb. I ain't put this shit on do not disturb. Nobody ever asked those questions. Nobody ever asked why, how. It's the first thing under consideration. First thing under consideration. And that's inequity. That's a disparity, and it's the same sexism. It's the same sexism. That they claim to fight. Anyway, we have 2 hours. We about to roll on out. But protection of women's feelings should not be an excuse and a defense, a legal defense for crime. We excuse a lot because of how a woman felt. Niggas are ready to fight over how a woman felt. Willing to kill niggas. If some shit gets said or done with feelings get hurt. Nobody give a fuck about your feelings. It crack on your shoes and you don't get no pussy and you a broke ass nigga and all this other shit. We don't give a fuck about a nigga feelings. There's all types of foundations and shit like this to protect women's feelings. This shit is killing my ears. Feelings. Not your skin and bones, but your feelings. At any rate, we should protect children more than grown-ass adults. And we should protect them more from their likely attackers than anything else. Anyway, it's Eloquently Petty. I'm out of here. But I'll be back. Peace out. Holla back.